Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, Real Estate Jerky Daily. We are Wednesday.
It's flying by again. Soon it's going to be
It's like
May.
every day is like every week is the same thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday radio show.
I know. We should live it. We should say, okay, Monday, let's say it's Saturday.
No, I'm just saying it's like the same repeat over and over.
Groundhog Day.
No, it's not exactly the same day every day. It's the
I should
same.
learn to play piano.
Okay, you do that. You have plenty of time left.
I don't know about plenty
Actually,
of time.
a lot of I've found when I do my Inner Edison that a lot of the people who are musicians are also really good at mathematics or vice versa.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm not a musician. I suck at math.
There you go. I don't know why, but it just seems it's
I
that
don't
way.
like the maths. I
All
like
right,
the
where are we
simple
at?
maths.
Dow's up 396. Did you get your numbers for today? Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did.
So we're up 396. The 10-year sitting at 4.28, so we're down about 2 basis points. The rates are better by 10 basis points, but overall, I mean, we're sitting at good rates. We're not amazing rates, not the lowest we've been in the last couple of years, but we're good, decent rates. And now, now is the time to buy. I'm not saying it's the best time to buy, but if you have the money, the time, and everything put together, get it done now.
Yeah. While you're not competing against so many other people.
Yeah. Well, you want to do your numbers, and then I'll get into my stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. There it is. Look at that.
Pending still.
In the 400s.
Yeah.
I love that. 963 for the closings through the today,
Which is
going to be what?
3/4.
3 3/4 weeks, months.
Yeah, 9.
months,
Which we don't
week.
like doing that numbers
I know,
because
because it's skews it.
3.75 is 256.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Why?
Oh, the plumber we had set up for today just canceled.
Oh, I thought maybe you were interested in the numbers, not about your plumbers.
No, I can multitask a little tiny bit. So what is that?
It's closed as 256.8.
Okay, so by the end of the month we'll be at 242.
No,
That's
I
my
bet you will
prediction.
be. I bet you will be 270.
I like going like this. See if I can get anybody sick on the
Well, that's
show.
like when I do a lot of the podcasting, and I have people and they're like this, and I'm interviewing. I'm like, could you please stop doing that? And they're like, what? I go, yeah, do like me. Move your feet underneath the table where nobody can see.
Yeah, there you go. Quit moving your stuff.
Yeah.
Moving your stuff. So, but pendings are up a little bit. I think they're up probably 20 from last week. So that's exciting. We got 20 more for 750 agents.
That's why you got to work all over the place, not just in one area to stay busy.
Yep, this is very, very true. The younger agents, they realize that they're licensed in the state of California, so they don't turn down anything, which I think can bite them in the butt at sometimes when you go to, I'm going to go list a house in L.A. Well, yeah, you know the area. No, I don't. Okay.
No, but
Good
nobody
luck.
knows there. Well, listing it is not the problem. Buying is the issue. Not knowing the area when you're buying.
But representing the seller and making sure they do all the little disclosures they got to do for their microclimate in L.A.
Well, that's easy to find out. You ask the local people.
Yeah. Well,
Or you
they're
wait
already-
till the other side says, I need these disclosures.
Yeah, I need this ag disclosure. You're on.
Oh, speaking of that, I sent you an email
yeah.
yesterday. I need some disclosures. Stop checking those damn boxes.
Those are auto check.
Those are auto check because you set them up to be auto check.
No. They're
There's
printed-
auto check is not a septic.
No, when I wrote the septic to begin with, and the seller counted it out and said, you pay for your own inspections, I had to check that as part of the contract because I wanted the seller to pay for the inspections.
Gotcha. I'm just saying, but usually when you send over, when people send over contracts and everything else, they send over all those checked disclosures also.
I was waiting to get them back from the listing agent.
They didn't
signed
sign them
by
at the same time
No,
originally?
I don't. Well, and she didn't send them. No, they didn't.
Wow.
I think she was just saying, let's just concentrate on the contract.
And you're saying, no, that is part of the contract because it's X'd in the contract, so that's
Yeah.
part of it.
Well, it's all bullshit stuff. California.
It doesn't
Consumer
matter. I got to
Disclosure.
have it now. And
No,
they're
I
like,
know that, but once
and-
I got it,
and then
You got
the
it.
addendum with the taking the 2 lawnmowers out.
yeah. Those
the guy was like,
mowers.
"You know this." I go, "Yes, I know this. I know that you can't have it in there."
So
But
does
the seller
agent.
threw it back and tried to be like, "Here's some look over here. We're giving you 2 broken down lawnmowers."
Now they're actually in pretty good shape.
I know, but you know what I mean. We're going to give you a car in the driveway if you buy this house.
Exactly. What is it? It's a Yugo.
All right, so you probably know this. The ceasefire was extended almost indefinitely right now.
Almost.
Yeah, well, that's what they said, but you never know what's going to happen because Pakistan is asking. Oil prices, I haven't seen them, but they're saying they're lower. I don't know. They could be.
Lower than what?
But the big thing is Kevin Warsh in the Senate confirmation hearing. Did you see some of those? Did you see what Pocahontas did to him? You're gonna be Trump's puppet, and he's worth what? Remember, $220 million.
Yeah.
And he's willing to 90 days. Once he's confirmed, get rid of it. He's willing to sell everything to be the Fed chair. That's saying a lot.
That is saying a huge amount.
Yeah, he's not like the ones who come in there with nothing and then all of a sudden they have 30 million and then, oh my God, I'm sorry, we only have 67,000.
Yeah,
because I messed up. But when they asked him about independence, he was asked if President Trump told him he had to cut rates, and he said, well, the president never told him he had to cut rates, and he would never agree to if he had. He stood firm on his belief the Fed needs to be independent, which is good because it does need.
it does.
He wants to change how they look at things, like the new inflation measures. He wants to get away from the PCE and go with some other things that are more true underlying and long-term inflation, other numbers, not the PCE.
Like where we're actually standing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he also wants to cut the communication the Fed does to the public, because it's too transparent. So like a Fed member will say something and then when they go to vote, they stay that way, even though new numbers or new things come out, because they want to be consistent with what they said.
Yeah.
So they want to take the communication away. They want to go back to the pre-Bernanke Yellen. Is it Yellen? Was it Yellen?
No.
Who was the other?
Well, it might have been.
Yeah, era where the Fed didn't have press conferences every meeting or forward guidance. That way that will restore credibility of the Fed. And I can see that. So bottom line, he sounded very smart, polished, and ready to lead the Fed in a new era of policymaking. We need that.
Yeah, we do. And Pocahontas is just an idiot.
She's what happens is when they get on this thing and they make a lot of noise, they get micro donations, a lot of small donations that increases, and that's why they do it. That's why they grandstand. That's why everything happens. It's so horrible. That's what they do, though. That's because of that. All right, so what else? We got rates and MBA applications volume came out today. Freddie Mac's latest survey has the 30-year fixed rate at 6.30. A 4-week low down from 6.37 the prior week. And let's see, what do we have? Mortgage Bankers Association released their application data for the week ending 4/17, showing overall application volume increased by 7.8%. Purchase applications were up 10% and 14% year over year. Refinance applications were up 5.8% and up 52% year over year.
Yeah.
So really, those aren't major increases, but that's still showing that it's pretty good. Pending home sales, signed contracts on existing homes via Redfin rose 1.5% in March, much stronger than the 0.5% expected. Adding to the beat was an upward revision to February, which was taken higher from 1.8 to 2.5%. So what they're saying, actually, when Realtor.com looked at a few things, and they said the best time to sell so far was the last 4 weeks in April. These last 4 weeks.
Well, here we are in the last week of April.
Yeah, so 2006 Seller Research pinpoints April as the optimal listing window. That's tailwind beneath the pending home sales beat, and if pent-up demand is showing up in signed-up contracts. So pent-up demand is showing in signed contracts. So we're seeing, and we're kind of seeing that. You're seeing the pending sales stay where they are. They're not going down.
They're not. They don't seem to be going down. And they haven't dropped below 400 for Stanislaus County in the last few, all since February. Hey, you want to know what oil is?
What?
$92.
Yeah, so it's up, not down.
Yeah.
But it's because it was 87 a while back.
Yeah.
New this morning, Atom foreclosure surge. There's 118,727 U.S. properties with foreclosures filings in first quarter of 2026. That's up 26% year over year and up 6% over the quarter. there's a issue with California. Is that the one we're talking? Yeah. So did you know that in California over the past so many years, how many years is this? The Public Policy Institute of California analyzed found that the state added 677,000 housing units over a 6-year period in which California population only grew by 39,000 residents. Yet housing is still tight. I guarantee you 30% of those are built to rent.
I would venture to say probably more than that.
I said a third.
Yeah.
But I mean, the problem is we have such a pent-up demand in California, and that's what somebody else was saying, that we need 4 times that amount to even start getting caught up.
Right.
Yeah.
So those numbers, they sound big, but they're not.
So that's like,
They're
because it's only like
drops in the
100,000 homes a year.
bucket. Yeah.
And we used to do 1,000 in California. In
Extends
Modesto,
less.
a year. So that tells you that's not many 99,000 for the rest of the state.
Yeah. I was driving around yesterday and I saw that D.R. Horton out in that area where they're building 522 homes, they got their models almost ready to open.
Yeah.
And they've got some sales. You got more than just models there. And then on Sylvan, is it Tivoli? Tivoli's got some homes going in. Looks like models possibly. So, but those are still just drops in the bucket of what we used to do on a yearly basis. It's just in Modesto alone.
Well, it's. I have the clients buying a new home and using a reverse mortgage,
Okay.
and they're all like, "We don't do them." That's okay. I do them.
Yeah.
And they wanted. Remember, I don't know if I told you, they wanted to offer them $25,000 to use for the design center if they use their lender.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't do a reverse mortgage, you should still give them that money. Stop looking at your phone.
No, I have to do this one.
Why, is the plumber again?
It's Carl.
Modesto plans to grow, but where Modesto growth conversation is heating up again, the city is weighing where to place housing and industry, including revived proposals for the Beckwith Triangle, regional commercial and business park across the highway of 99 from Vintage Fair. That's that whole local people going, not in my area. What's that, the Woodland area or whatever?
Wood Colony. Yeah.
And I'm at the point where it's like, okay, we need to build more housing. We just need it. Do we need to take farmland? Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. We have a lot of land on the east side, so they could build there. Ooh.
Yeah, but that's so much further away from the freeway.
Not since they're putting that loop in, that connection, which won't connect anything yet.
I'm just saying, it's so, if you keep building out east, now you're into Riverbank. You're not really Modesto. They're talking about on the other side of the freeway, where then you're still close to Modesto and you still can build and it's in Modesto. I understand what the Wood Colony people are saying and everything else, but at one point in time, things need to move further out so that people can build houses.
Yeah. I think we should probably just swallow up Salida and then start building out that direction.
Yeah, but the Melrose problem out there. You're
going to have Melrose on every new home being built anyway. So.
Well, they shouldn't. They should make it included in everything and the cost and drop the cost of the home. I know you're going, how can you do all that?
That would be a utopian thing to do, and I love it. I just don't know how you do that.
We're going to talk about this later, but Pismo Beach named #1 small beach town in America.
Whoa.
Hometown pride for Golden State. California took 4 of the top 10 spots, including the #1. Number 3, I'm just going to talk about California. Morro Bay, California, Avalon, California, and Carmel by the Sea, California. Have you ever been to Carmel by the Sea, California?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice beach, but I prefer, Del Mar Beach, but more than that, back behind the cliffs and stuff. It's just nicer down there, smaller beaches. Cardiff by the Sea is a nice little place, but it's not really like it used to be. It's like when Marcia says they used to have these little secret beaches in Hawaii, and now they're not secret anymore.
Well, that's because people who go there start talking about them, and then more people go there, and then more people go there.
Is that how that works? Is that how that works?
Yeah, if it's a secret beach, don't talk about it. We don't talk about Fight Club, right?
Yeah, we do. That's the first rule of Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club.
Exactly.
All right, you done?
I'm done.
You done with Carl?
No. It's just,
Yeah, no. You don't have to talk about it. It's what was there something else I was going to? Why is real estate agents the worst people to get you their documents?
I'll tell you. One of the biggest things is they rely on their TC to do it.
No, I'm talking about their personal documents for stuff. It's like, I need this, and I've been needing this for a week to qualify you.
Brandy, she says Salida property taxes, or yikes. See what she says?
Yeah, 1.8. That's the Melrose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I totally understand that. That's why I'm like, that's the problem about Salida. So other issues, they need to stop increasing your taxes to fix everything that they build out there. That is the biggest problem. Taxes already in California 1.125 to 1.25, and then you add on all the different things for school bonds and everything else in that area that increase that Melrose to get 1.8. And that's besides Salida. There's places in Modesto that have that same thing. Mr. Type in on your phone. Let's get out of here. Yeah, we're done now because I already done talking.
I'm just working. Okay, kids, have a great day.
I'm going to try.
No?
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching us. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, reach out. And again, thanks for being here. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.